the WRC Safari Rally 2026 is already on the WRC calendar. If anybody wants to check, they just need to go to the WRC calendar itself. I mean, forget about us. Just go to WRC. It's listed. It's confirmed. Preparations are in high gear, not only from our side, also from the team side. The teams are already booking their shipping, they're booking their hotels, they're booking their travel into Nairobi. I would almost think that in the next few weeks, the fuel and the tires will be on their way. Those are the two components that come by sea that have to be pre-ordered early. Sometimes people ask us, why do you have deadlines so early? So for example, we have to advise teams that the rally will be 350 kilometers with a liaison of 900 kilometers approximately. So they can start thinking, how much fuel do we need? How many tires do we need? And therefore they place their tire orders and their fuel orders. The fuel and the tires are the first things to arrive. And I would expect them probably by mid-January, end of January, those elements will already be in Kenya. And then you've got the next consignment, which will be the recce cars, the spare parts for the big teams. All those come by sea as well. That's why rallying is a little bit expensive, because they have to send those containers forward to us, and then the rally cars themselves come about a week before the rally by air. But the recce cars, the spare parts, whatever lubricants they use, come in by ship. We're already starting to help the teams to prepare their KRA documentation for bonds and so on and so forth. So the rally is on from the 12th to the 15th. Predominantly or exclusively now in Nakuru County. So the FIA WRC sporting regulations under Article 10.2.2 say the rally must start on Thursday and end on Sunday with a power stage. So we've been forced to run the rally exclusively in Naivasha. So Tuesday and Wednesday, the rally cars will be in the reconnaissance around Naivasha. They go through all the routes. It's a mandatory recce. They have to go and do all the routes. We then do administrative checks. We do our scrutineering to ensure everything is okay with all the cars. Then we do the shakedown on Thursday morning. We have changed the shakedown location. It's now in Nawisa, which is owned by WRTI, the Wildlife Research and Training Institute, just across the service park. That's actually a very big improvement for us, because it means the cars between the shakedown runs, they do about 3 runs, they can come back to service park, which means they don't need a remote service when you're far away. So they're quite close to service park. I think it's only about 2 or 3 kilometers from service park at WRTI into Nawisa stage. The other beauty with that is that the Nawisa stage is just on the highway. It's just off the highway. So if you're driving up to Nakuru, if you're just coming from Nairobi into Naivasha town is on your left, Nawisa is on your right. We actually start the shakedown towards the entry of the prisons. And we have a huge population of people in Naivasha who live around there. And we're expecting a very huge crowd to come and actually watch something that has sort of been run in the dark. So we have a shakedown this year that will be very, very much public. And you've got to remember the shakedown is actually televised live globally. So I think we expect the Mwananchi in Naivasha to really, really enjoy themselves for the first time, because they don't need a 4x4 to go to the shakedown. They can just walk across the road, catch a matatu to there, walk from Naivasha town. It's probably 1 or 2 kilometers, walk into the start of shakedown and watch the cars up close and candid. After the shakedown, the cars go back to service, and then we do a flag off at service park, which is not unheard of. It was done, I think, in 2023. His Excellency the President launched the cars actually at service park. So we do the ceremonial launch at service park, and the cars head off to Camp Moran, which is next to Sleeping Warrior. They finish that. They come back to the rally village, the Mzabibu stage, and come back home. On Friday is the longest day of the rally. They're going to do quite a bit of work on Friday. The crews start off, they go off to Camp Moran for Camp Moran 2. They come back and do Loldia 1, do Kenjan Geothermal 1, and do Kedong 1, and then back into service. We then send them back in the same route that they came, through Moi South Lake, into Kedong, into Kenjan Geothermal, into Loldia, and then back to Mzabibu for Mzabibu 2, around 4 o'clock on Friday. So for those guys who've enjoyed the village in 2025, for 2026, Thursday, probably at about 3 or 4 o'clock, the cars will be at the rally village, and then again on Friday at about 5 o'clock, the cars will be back to the village for that what has become a very popular stage. Saturday is the same. We are back to the Dalamere lands. So we start off with Soy Sambu, and then we do Elementaita, and then we do Sleeping Warrior, and repeat. They become very popular. We did put the end of Sleeping and the beginning of Element close to each other so that people could watch the rally 4 times. We've had to make a few changes in Elementaita because of the lake. The lake level has risen and eaten into the road. So we've made a bit of compensation, assuming that the lake will continue to rise. So we've moved the road a bit, and that has made a few changes to Elementaita, which is also a TV stage. On Sunday, we only have 2 stages. We're only running Osorengoni and Hell's Gate twice, and the cars will actually not be coming back to service between the 2 stages. They will be at Hell's Gate, which gives us an opportunity for autographs, meet the crews, as the crews are waiting for their second run. And then we do the podium with His Excellency at Hell's Gate, and that is the end of the rally. So 350 kilometers, about 900 liaison. It's still a very, very tough rally. Friday is the day that the crews really have to be smart. It's not about speed. Camp Moran is still, will show its teeth. We have taken out the sections with a lot of fesh. Kedong is running once more, a bit reduced, about 14 kilometers. Mitimbili is still in action. It will be a very fast section, Kedong, because it's just straights and rights, straights and lefts. But it's going to be exciting to watch the cars on our most famous jump. Actually, the most famous jump probably on the entire WRC circuit, which is at Mitimbili in Kedong. The rally village is still going to, of course, be very, very popular. Now, there's a big impact. I mean, I think we got a lot of, rally fans who come to Kasarani. So there is a big impact. But I think I would like to tell the rally fans in Nairobi, please make your way down to Naivasha and watch the rally from there. The impact is huge. We cannot, wish it away. Not being in Nairobi is significant. Not flagging off either at City Hallway or KICC is significant. And it's not something we take lightly. But if we were to try and force it into the itinerary, we would then fall foul of the FIWRC sporting regulations for 2026. Would then not be able to run the rally for 300 kilometers, would not have enough time. There is working hours for the crews and so on. So unfortunately, because of the loss of one day, Wednesday, which has been removed from the running for the normal itinerary that we have. So normally we started the rally on Wednesday. We had shakedown, and then we brought the crews to Nairobi. They overnighted in Nairobi. They did the recce for Kasarani. They did flag off, went back to Kasarani, and then drove down to Naivasha. We no longer have that luxury. So it's a huge impact. I almost want to say my apologies to the rally fans in Nairobi, but I know they're the same guys who come all the way down to Naivasha to watch the rally. So I would actually say to the guys in Dadora and Lucky Sama who normally come to Kasarani, come to Nawisa for the shakedown. It's not difficult to make it there because you don't have, if you're catching a matatu, it's one matatu into Naivasha and you can walk to the stage. You can actually walk. It's actually on the main road. And we have a huge area for spectators. So we are mindful that we are not giving Nairobians the safari rally, and therefore we'd like to encourage them, just make the trip on Thursday, come to Nawisa, see the shakedown, come back to Nairobi with our apologies, but that is what the sporting code has forced us to do.